Struggling some technical difficulties here in Theodore tonight, so we'll get you ready to open up the broadcast here. Have not missed anything. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett here. Ashley Pope down on the sideline. So didn't get to bring you our usual open to the broadcast, but it's kind of this way. It's win or go home. The winner of this game will be the number 4 seed in the 7A playoffs to open things up. And Dan Brennan, one of the big reasons we're here tonight, very excited to get a chance to look at the great running back, LaMichael Pirine from the Theodore Bobcats.
Yeah, he's verbally committed to Florida, but he's had such an outstanding senior year that he's now getting a lot of looks from other big schools too. So we'll see how that works out. But all we can do is sit back and watch this young guy in the final regular season game of his great career here at Theodore.
Well, he hopes it's not his final, or it is his final regular season game, but he hopes it's not his final game. Certainly hoping they win and they're in this thing.
Dylan McClester will kick off for Theodore. Juwan Robinson is back deep. Cody Gradkowski also back, and they'll pooch it to the near side, and that one goes out of bounds. So at the 35 is where we'll see Fairhope's offense come out. Fairhope comes in with a record of 6-3. They're 4-3 in the region, the exact same record that Theodore has, and both of these teams also have lost to the same 3 teams, Foley, McGill, and Murphy.
They got there the same way.
Yeah, in the region play. So they said the winner will go on and get the 4 seed in the playoffs. Here's Coach Tim Carter. We knew him from his days at Auburn when he was coaching up at Auburn. Kind of like a coaching change. Adam Weingarten leaves Fairhope, goes to Auburn. Tim Carter leaves Auburn, comes down to Fairhope.
Like a swap.
Yeah. No players have been named later or anything like that. No. It was just a straight up one for one. But Coach Carter,
you know, both good jobs.
Yep.
For their own reasons.
Absolutely. Right? Tevin Brown, junior quarterback here for the Fairhope Pirates. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. Brown fires it out the far side, and Robinson has got it. And Robinson turns the corner, and he's going to have a first down for the Pirates. Robinson, a senior, he gets the ball a lot of ways in the offense here for Fairhope. And speaking of offense, let's look at the starting lineup brought to you by Greer's. Jock Wolf, Shelton, Irwin, and Chambers up front. They've had some injuries on that offensive line. Gradkowski and Robinson. We'll see if Blunt, who missed the game last week against Murphy, is there. Miller, Lutz, the blocking back, and Brown is your quarterback. Brown has thrown for 1,639 yards and 15 touchdowns this year, and he's rushed for 244 and another 3 scores. First down at the 46. Lutz in motion. They give it off to Blunt, who is back in the lineup tonight, and Blunt up to the 49-yard line. Blunt, he's played a lot of different places. They've had him at wide receiver. They've had him in the backfield, and tonight he's back there running the football. Johnson, Porter, and Broughton, Sparks, King, Williams, and Hunt. Kind of Hunt that rover. He'll move around defensively for the Theodore Bobcats. Gadsden, Thompson, Smith, and Schamberger, a talented young player back there. You'll see him return some punts. Really one of the good athletes on this Theodore team. As Blunt picks up 5 on first down and 2nd and 5. Coming up for the Pirates. Pirates averaging 27 points a game. Theodore giving up 17. Brown looking to come to the near side, and that one off the hands of Robinson, and you can see how much they want to get in his hands here throughout the broadcast. And let's send it down to the sidelines and get our first orthopedic group sideline report. Ashley Pope is down on the sidelines.
Hey guys, it has been mentioned just a few times how important this game is tonight. The winner of this game will be clinching the 7A division for playoffs. But let's rewind a little bit. This may be revenge tonight for Theodore. These 2 teams met last in the playoffs in 2010, where Fairhope was able to defeat Theodore 14-41. Redemption tonight for Theodore, they've got to win. If not, they'll be the fans in these stands next week.
Brown trying to scramble up ahead to get the first down. It's going to be a hold. He's going to be very close. There's going to be a holding call back at the 43-yard line. That's going to back him up and bring up 3rd and very long. We saw a little bit of what Tevin Brown can do, though. He can throw the ball, and he can also pull it down and make some things happen with his legs.
Recent honoree at the New Horizons 1st and 10 Club as an Offensive Player of the Week. Really, his specialty is basketball.
Yeah, I was about to say, as Coach said, this is his first year playing football.
Yeah.
He finds himself in the starting quarterback position with Fairhope High, coming off the court.
Yeah, 7A school, biggest classification in the state. Step in and play quarterback. That's a big task.
Yeah, I've been told by people, check him out in the wintertime on the basketball court. Great guy that comes off of screens and can really shoot it.
Showed some poise just then.
Rogers and Miller to the bottom of the screen. Brown sidesteps some trouble, gets away from Anderson. Now strong arms at the middle of the field, tipped and incomplete as he was trying to get that one off to Thomas Miller. And it'll bring
up like he wanted to throw that deep pass, but then he decided to reload, scramble around a little bit. Just wasn't comfortable letting it go right there. And he's just looking for somebody to just break free. Two guys in the same zone there, but neither one of them looked like they really wanted it.
Derek McCarty back deep to receive the punt. For the Bobcats, he'll stand about the 35 up to the 40-yard line. Low snap. Terrell able to grab it and got it off. Actually, that was Thomas, and there is no flag down there.
Wow.
Wow, it was Austin Thomas into punt, and that was about a 7-yard snap that he took on the one hop there.
I guess he didn't want to call the running in the kicker. Maybe he was blocked into it. Certainly fell down. The punter did.
I thought there was contact.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get our first peek at LaMichael Piron. 1,484 yards rushing on the year. He's accounting for 86% of Fairhope's rushing offense this season. He'll go over 1,500 yards tonight, as he's at 1,484 in there.
He could do that real soon.
Yeah, Trevor Andrews, the sophomore quarterback, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he goes on a hard count. He's able to draw Fairhope offside. Jalen Jones, who's got 4 sacks on the year and 3 fumble recoveries, so he causes some trouble in the backfield and was there a little bit too soon.
I think they were going to try and throw Fairhope off and take a shot downfield.
There's Eric Collier, 3rd season. Coach down at Biola Battery, been doing this a long time, 22 years, assistant coach, a bunch of stops as well. This is his best year he's had here in Fairhope. I'm sure in Theodore. Play action. Andrews looking on the far side. McCarty, he's got it at the 30. Derek McCarty to the 20. 10. Touchdown, Bobcats. 71 yards. How about a 71 and a 98 on the year for Derek McCarty?
That was the play that I think was called actually with the initial first down. They're going to throw in. Everybody thinking Piron, and I think, well, we got one-on-one with our best playmaker on the outside. Let's give it a shot, and they do, and it's no contest.
And the shots on the bullseye. You know, I thought they were going to get a penalty on. He kind of looked like he left a bit early. Played a little bit of Canadian ball going towards the line of scrimmage.
McClester with the PAT, and a one-play drive for the Bobcats puts them on top by a score of 7-0. Gibbs Sherrill got turned around a little bit, and the 14th touchdown this year. 14 for that young man. Derek McCarty and the Bobcats are up early. Hey, just like we said, it's going to be all Piron tonight. It's going to be all Piron for the Bobcats.
Yeah, one play, it's all him right there.
McCarty, as we said, 14 touchdowns now on the year for that young man. What a year he's having. 5'7", 165-pound wide receiver, and we talk about these kids all the time. Just one of those great high school football players.
You saw it, right? First play, and there it was. And it was, they were so enticed by it, they tried it twice. First time was offsides Fairhope, and then they went ahead and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, they just delayed the obvious.
Exactly.
Right?
They delayed what was going to happen.
Robinson and Gratkowski back deep for the Pirates. McClester on the kick. He kicked his first kick out of bounds. Now he comes with a high pooch kick, fair catch. Lutz calls for it at the 40. Good piece of awareness there by Lutz just to make the reception and give the Pirates good field position.
You're right, backing up too.
And get the fair catch in prior to catching it. So that is a pretty heady play by that young man there.
Now Fairhope moved the ball, had a first down in the first drive, and then big penalty on 3rd down when they had a 4th and very short coming up. Holding call put them in a hole, and they had to punt, and then the one-play drive, and there's Tim Carter from Monroeville. His old buddy Scott Croft, an old high school friend of his, friend of mine, watching the game tonight. Brown with Robinson in motion. They get it to Robinson, and he's got a block to the near side. Stutter steps, stays on his feet up to about the 47-yard line. Good gain on first down for the Pirates.
A lot of patience on that run right there, letting his blockers get in front of him and do their job, and he just takes what the defense gives him.
And he takes it every way he can get it, too. This is the guy that you were talking about, Jim.
Yep. Yeah, gets it. They'll throw it to him. They'll get it to him on a pitch. They'll hand it off.
Well, that's the thing about high school football. If you have one good athlete, it can take you a long way.
Yep, you're right.
Well, there's more than one good athlete on the field last week, but Rogers was something special for Viger, right?
Oh, yeah. He'll start getting more touches.
This time handed off to C.J. Edwards, the sophomore, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage, and third down coming up.
Zach Johnson and Austin Smith for the Bobcats.
Austin Smith came in to make the stop
No gain on the play.
for Theodore. And he'll bring up third. And about 3 here for the Pirates.
Bobcat Nation, that makes it third down.
Line up for trips to the top of the screen.
Motion is Robinson again right to him, and he can turn the corner. And he does, but he's ridden out of bounds. Good job coming in to close there. Walker Thompson, the free safety, comes up and makes the stop. They might have to measure, depending on the spot here. Looked like he was going to have it, and then Thompson did a good job to come up and fill the hole there, but he does have enough for the first down.
Thompson really closed on that thing. It's good to see some folks from Fairhope are here tonight. I think that...
well, the Bayway just cleared. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, it was a mess coming this way, coming westbound on the Bayway this afternoon.
Into Bobcat territory. Pre-snap. Whistle here, a little movement up front. By the Pirates, and that'll back them up to 1st and 15.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
False start against
First
the
down.
Fairhope Pirates.
All the way back to the 45 for the Pirates. 10-4 all time against Theodore. Last year, 49-20. They easily won this game.
Trying to get the play clock reset. Showing 0. There you go.
Empty backfield again for Fairhope. Quarterback draw, and Brown with a stutter step trying to get to the corner and gets pulled down by Parker Sparks. The junior linebacker got a big handful of jersey to bring down Brown before he had a chance to sprint upfield.
Yeah, he takes a look right here and like, oh, no, I don't want to go up in there. And then he says, I'll try to get outside, but having nothing to do with it there is Parker Sparks.
Brown's got some quickness.
He does have a little bit of movement.
Right, he's effective on the basketball
About
floor.
to say, a little crossover move.
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
2nd and 14. We'll call it a short 13 for the Pirates. Robinson in motion. Brown has some time, rolls out to the right side. Pressure coming. Gets around his own man and back up close to the original line of scrimmage before he's wrapped up and brought down by Zach Johnson, the junior.
He had nothing going there. That umbrella coverage by Theodore was there, and no one was open.
I saw the same thing, Vic, and that's why he was staring downfield, Jim. There was just nobody at all open.
It was 2 defenders per receiver that time, so not the way Jim likes it. The defense wins sometimes.
Those young men deserve to get their name called out too, right?
Exactly.
All right, 3rd and 10. Fairhope's been in a lot of long situations here in the first half.
There we go, get the head.
Brown looking right side, fires, picked off. Stared down his receiver, and it got picked off on the near side and up to the 49-yard line. Coming up with a pick, Keyshawn Gatson, the sophomore. And Theodore's got all the momentum going early in this one.
Yeah, they got the defense going too, because there was no one open as well on this offensive play. So they had him shut down again with that umbrella coverage. Did you see that one that time, Dan?
Yeah, you did. And, you know, the other thing you saw was Brown had a clean pocket.
Yep.
He got a chance to really see the field, step into it. It just was an errant throw.
Yeah, and kind of looked the whole time at that receiver, locked in on him, and puts the Bobcats back in business at the 48. Looking to air it out McCarty again. And McCarty was single coverage down there with Tevis Quates. You can see why he gets the touchdowns. They like to go his way. Here's the starters offensively for Theodore. Quick Thompson, Brian Ankerson, who was our guest on the pregame show. We'll hear more from him with Ashley later on as he's our Scholastic Athlete of the Week. Mablin and Howard. Theodore, prototypical big offensive line they have out here in Theodore. McCarty, the leading receiver. Also, Sullivan will get the ball, and we see P-Ryan get right to midfield. Not much there as Ryan Dunbar in to make the tackle. And let's look at this Fairhope defense, giving up almost 20 points a game. Jalen Jones, he's a junior playmaker. We'll talk about him. Tomaso's got 4 sacks on the year. Brunson, Dunbar, Ford, Casey Kropp, a linebacker Vic really likes. Dalton Morgan there as well. Quates, Sherrill, Howell, and Hutcherson are the DBs for this Fairhope team, and now 3rd and 8 coming up for the Bobcats. Andrews looks over the middle. He's got McCarty, and he's got a first down, and McCarty at the 30. And how much fun is this young man to watch?
Hey, I'll tell you what, he's got some quick little feet there. I bet those ankles are skinny, Jim.
He does. Exciting guy. 14 touchdowns on the year, and you can see why. He just runs past people.
And I like how Trevor Andrews, doing all the hand signals, and all for what? That right there. Get him on that crossing route with that speed. Linebackers are not going to help out. Corners just chasing. That'll get the band going.
First down up to the 28. P-Ryan on the right side and right up the middle. He's inside the 10. Touchdown Bobcats.
All right, right there, Jim, I see a lot of talent. A lot of vision. Burst right off the bat. He sees it, he hits it. And then the vision to see, I'll just cut it outside.
30 yards.
Right there. There's the cut.
And in for the score. And P-Ryan with his 13th touchdown of the season. And McCluster makes it 14-0. This one all Theodore. And boy, how about you get a big lead, then just start feeding it to 26. That'll shorten the football game.
No doubt.
Theodore trying to punch their ticket to the postseason. And they're up early in this one. Just about halfway through the first quarter, and Theodore up big on this. They've done it with a couple of big plays, a long pass play and then a long run there by P-Ryan. Their 2 scoring drives have combined to take up 5 plays, and Fairhope has got to get some type of spark going, or this one could go really sideways quickly.
Yeah, and Fairhope has shown some spark offensively. They just haven't been able to string some first downs together. They've hurt themselves with some penalties, so they need to clean that up and get a score right here, Vic.
Yeah, I heard another coach this morning mention you want to see how the kids react when they get punched in the mouth. Well, yeah, Fairhope's getting punched in the mouth, so we're going to see how the Pirates react.
Kleski comes up to the 25, and trying to get there was Miller, and he gets out across the 30, and that's where we'll see Fairhope come out for the 3rd time.
Just for the record, Jim, I don't like getting punched in the mouth, and I don't react to it very nicely. I promise you that.
There's a lot of people who would like to punch me in the mouth. I can can see where you're coming from on that.
Well, you'll have to get in line behind me on that because there's a bunch of them, I'm sure. Would like to see my reaction, but I promise you they're not going to like it.
Brown comes.
Well, now I don't want to see it.
I just like they got to get through Lockett to get to us. That's what I do like that. In the backfield, Blunt pushed back to the 25-yard line, got to the line of scrimmage, and then got driven back.
Yeah, to Margie Porter there, big 99, just stuck his nose in there and said, hey, whoa, this road's closed.
6'2", $3 and a dime for the sophomore on the scales.
Right there.
Man, talk about beating a block.
That reminds you of that guy playing for the Texans. Left New England.
Vince Wilfork?
Vince Wilfork. Yeah.
I'm thinking he'd rather be in New England than Houston right now.
Well, I'm sure he wants to be wherever the check's bigger. Trust me. He's got enough of those rings.
A little sideline warning here on Fairhope, this is a big stadium. Every time we come to Theodore, we always talk about how big it is here
Grandstand
in Theodore. Yeah,
it's huge.
Big crowd community out here. They support their football team, and they always want to have some Friday night lights.
They're bouncing back from a really bad season.
Yeah, you know, that was the thing I wasn't going to bring up. You know, the wins and losses is a problem, but they still support them.
they fake to Gratkowski, and Brown goes on the left side, and now we see the speed of Tevin Brown, and he's going to get the long run, and he's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, that quarterback there was driving to the hole right there.
Ooh, they're going to mark him short.
Makes his crossover right there, and he's going with it.
He's got a burst, that's for sure. 80 yards short.
Justin Hosea Williams, senior linebacker, came over to make the tackle, and he's just a yard short. I thought he had the first down, but instead just short, and this is a first down that Fairhope needs to pick up here. Blunt cuts it back up the inside. He did not get it. He lost a little bit on that play.
So far, I'm impressed with Theodore's defense in terms of pass and run defense. They are all on the same page.
They were really cheating against the run right there, Big.
Yeah.
That thing had no chance.
Yeah, you're expecting this third and short run play.
Wow.
They were all over that one.
But, again, sometimes the defense wins, Jim.
See here on 4th and less than a yard.
You know, nothing, you punt. 14-0, and you're afraid you're going to have a hard time slowing that team down.
I think you punt.
You might.
Bringing a new quarterback as well. Davis in at quarterback, and he's going to keep it on the Wildcat. He's going to get the first down.
Well, they felt comfortable with that call. There's no doubt about it. And that kid just, he knew exactly what he was going to do with it. So there wasn't any hesitation. Kind of a counter with the quarterback. Big Lockett, you tell us.
Yeah, he's like, hurry up, get in motion, because I'm going to keep this thing and get all I can get. I thought it was a risky call this early in the ball game, but that's why I'm up here doing the hot air.
Colin Davis, 5'11", 170.
Good blocking, Jim, on the left side, too.
Yeah, hasn't played a whole bunch this year, but he comes in there and picks up a big first down, and they're going to bring Tevin Brown back in here at quarterback. Fairhope's up near midfield. Brown wants to keep it on the left side, and again, nothing there, and boy, it is tough sledding.
I mean, they
up
just
front.
got great fits there. I mean, he's looking for places to go, and some people are getting whooped up front offensively, but other than that, it's just nothing doing, like you say, Jim.
No gains, 2nd and 10.
And playing that 2 deep coverage there. They got them umbrella when they drop back to do a pass, so things are really clicking for the Theodore defense right now.
Gratkowski in motion, they'll give it to him. Gratkowski, again, great defense by the Bobcats as he picks up a couple and just couldn't get it turned to the outside.
Yeah, the guy out there with 2 last names, Parker Sparks, doing what he's supposed to. You know, even this time, the defender got his feet frozen, but he still was quick enough to react after that.
We've seen him each time staying square there and not letting somebody get around him.
No, you're learning, Jim. I've said it a few times. You pick up on it.
Up to the 50. And again, 3rd and long here for the Pirates. Gratkowski and Robinson to the left. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. And Edwards in the backfield. Brown steps up, fires it, and he's able to get that one complete. And he's got Miller to the 30-yard line and a first down for the Pirates.
Well, when he decides to let it go, he can let her rip.
Yeah, I saw the smoke coming from that one. He fired it in there. Great catch by the receiver, too.
Andrew Miller with the reception there. Yeah, there was a lot of zip on that one.
Yeah, Andrew was looking down at his hands like saying, I think I still have 10 digits there. Boy, that's a nice catch.
It
All
was.
hands.
Yep.
Coming out of the backfield, trying to sprint away and go the other way. Finally getting up around the 25, now 20. Robinson, what an athletic play by that young man. Wow, shut down to the near side, ends up going out of bounds all the way on the far side.
I'll tell you what happens here. They lose sight of him on the other side of the field. They don't really know he's coming. And then it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, Porter wasn't going to catch him from behind.
Out of place. suddenly they found themselves just kind of too far up the field.
Yeah, you see why they want to get the ball in that young man's hand a lot more.
Oh. Fairhope, after being punched in the mouth, as Vic Lockett said, marching it down to the 12 in the Papa John's delivery zone.
They have responded. Put a Band-Aid on their lips and says, okay, let's go, game on. Way back.
At the 12 for the Pirates. Brown gives it off. Connor Bradford. And with the carry. Pickup of 2, and they got it right down to the 10-yard line as we approach the end of the first quarter here, coming down to 30 seconds to play.
What a big drive in this game.
Brown looking to go on the left side, goes through a hole, spins, and he's in for the touchdown for the Pirates. No cannon here, no reason to jump, Dan Brennan.
I'll tell you what, that is something to see a kid come off the basketball court, start for these guys, and be effective. Not only be effective, play the #1 position on the field, and you can see why. He's got some talent. I mean, he threw a nice pass, making some runs right there with authority. Usually these basketball guys are soft, but I don't see anything soft about that young man.
4th rushing touchdown on the year for Brown, and Terrell to try to cut it to 14-7. Low snap. And Terrell's got it, and it's 14-7, so a key drive needed there by Fairhope as they fell down behind Theodore 14-0, and they march it down the field. Big 3rd down conversion there to bring it to a 14-7 score. And we'll keep it here after the touchdown. Go back down on the sideline. Another Orthopedic Group sideline report. Ashley's still over here on the Fairhope sideline. Or no, she's on the Theodore sideline. Ashley.
That is right. I am here with Theodore alum Jamie Mosley, who is in his 2nd year at Bama as a redshirt freshman, currently linebacker. And yes, the chair was necessary, guys. 6'6". You are a tall linebacker.
Yeah.
What is it like to come back to your high school, especially in a game like this?
It's really good. It's been a while since I've been able to come home, and I'm just really thankful that we were able to have a bye week, and it kind of matched up with them having a game. So it's been good, man. I love my school, and it's always good to come back home.
What you have been in the atmosphere of the Crimson Tide the past 2 years, coming back to Theodore, what is something you would tell these guys?
Man, nothing, man. When it all comes down to it, you just got to play football. It's a simple game. It's just a game, actually. So, man, you just come out here and have fun, and you'll be all right.
One last quick question. Are y'all ready for LSU next week?
It should be a good game, man. We just prepare right, keep doing what we're doing, man, and we'll be all right.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Ashley. And the kick here after the score by the Pirates. Back at the 5, Schamberger out across the 20, across the 30, the 40, and he's got the near sideline and a straight arm, and he's wrestled out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Nice run back there by Schamberger. He just kind of picked his way, little patience with it, turned the Jets on right about here, and gets all he can get going upfield.
Well, I've now counted 3 playmakers.
For Theodore.
Yeah, for Theodore.
Usually 1 when we come down here, or 1.5.
Guys that can really bust it.
Schamberger might see him some offensively sometimes. They'll bring him on that side of the ball, and you can see why they would.
No doubt.
The pitch, P. Ryan on the right side, stutter step, pushes ahead to the 35-yard line. Got an update from the game going on over on Old Show Road. UMS 2 field goals, leads 6-0 over St. Paul's right now. Ben Thomas saying Bulldogs dominating that game. A little surprise there. We got a good one going here, though, trying to figure out who's going to go to the playoffs. It's one of these 2 teams, and right now it's Theodore on top 14-7 on the Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers Game of the Week. Had some fireworks in the first quarter. Started the game off with a Derek McCartney touchdown, his 14th of the year on the pass from the sophomore Trevor Andrews. And then Fairhope trying to take it down the other way, and the interception That was the sophomore Gadsden with it. And then here's Piron. This is what a lot of viewers wanted to see. They want to see the kid who's committed to go to Florida. And then Fairhope does a good job to bounce back there late in the first half with a touchdown by Brown to make it a 14-7 game. And that's where we're at as we open things up in the second quarter. Jim Cox, Stan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Ashley Pope on the sidelines. Brian Aaron next to us, our statistician, Jared Kihas in the truck. First down at the 30.
Boy, we've been blessed with some great weather this year, haven't we?
You and I were talking who are about as
soft.
Thank you. When it comes to cold weather, that week 10, we're still in our short sleeves up here.
Yeah.
Piron on the right side. Up to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, it's Piron for sure, but this team has always taken great pride in their
when they're successful. That's what they've always done.
Their run game, zone blocking scheme, and they just do a nice job of doing what they do. He's just a perfect back for what they're trying to accomplish, and a very talented one.
Another score update. McGill on top 7 over Foley. Pitch back to Piron, who stood up there nicely. Troydale Odom squared up on him, didn't he, Vic Lockett?
Yeah. Got those shoulders squared. Keep them parallel to the line of scrimmage, which allows you to go side to side. You see the back come in there, and you just stick your helmet in his face.
Good for a first down. Hey, did hear some recruiting news today out of Spanish Fort. UAB has offered Thomas Johnston in both football and baseball.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay, that's the young linebacker.
Yep.
He's a junior, whereas his brother, the quarterback, this is going to be it for him. He's a senior.
At the 20-yard line. 4 wide receivers. Piron in the backfield. He'll get it. On the right side, pushes ahead. All right, Vic Lockett, so you said talent when you saw him. I think everybody would agree with that. Other early impressions you're seeing from the young man so far?
Yeah, and, just like on that particular drive, he knew it wasn't going to be much, but he finishes the drive by keeping his legs moving, so that's real important as well. So I think he's got a lot of talent. He's got some great vision, and he's got the burst as well.
And those legs are big. He weighs 215.
We asked him on the pregame show about the recruiting process, and he said, I wanted to commit before my senior year. I wanted to get it done.
Play for my team.
I wanted to do that. That's exactly what he said. Takes the handoff here. Pushing ahead and grinds out a few. And
well, let me tell you what that does, committing prior to your year. That just increases the call and the intensity by the other coaches. Don't decrease it. I promise you.
He and his teammates in the Papa John's delivery zone. 2 large, 2 topping pizzas for just $7.77 each.
You're not done until you put your signature on that line.
I mean, that never happens. There's never a change late in the game. That never happens in recruiting.
Late in the game, middle of the game, right at the horn.
They're going to bring in Big Tamaji Porter on offense.
3rd and 4. Looked like he started moving in the backfield. And give this one off Kiki Pruitt, who plays some at quarterback. Pruitt's going to get the first down to the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Theodore.
Good leg drive by Kiki.
Pruitt has played a lot of quarterback this year. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards. 14 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. He's the junior. Andrews the sophomore. So there's some talent on this side of the ball for this Theodore team.
I agree.
And they'll keep Kiki at quarterback. That time, they were early.
Yeah, with Big Terrence Howard moving over there, and then they got Big 99.
Porter.
Yeah, Tamaji Porter. You're going to see it when they move. In fact, it kind of shakes a little bit.
Now they bring in the more traditional setup here and backs them up to the 13.
Yeah, call it regular now.
1st and goal from the 13. Nelson split up to the top of the screen. Andrews back at quarterback. Andrews looking. That one tipped up in the air and knocked down is Michael Tomaso. We talked about him a little earlier in the game. Got the hand up at 6'2" and knocked that one away.
Nice job by him, too, because I think they had the crossing route back there in the end zone. And, you know, you can chalk that one up as a big play and stopping a touchdown.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, we're looking for Nelson coming from the far side of the field.
Good job by Big Michael there, noticing he's not going to get to the quarterback, so let me get my paws in there.
2nd and goal. Andrews looks over, turns around and gives the play to Piron.
Gonna run it.
They do. Up the middle, right side. Piron, touchdown Bobcats.
I'll tell you why I had that spreading out the way they did, Vic. And you've got Piron back there. You're showing a passing, formation, but now you got everything spread out. And a talented guy like this,
Why not, huh?
why not give it a shot?
Yeah,
right?
no
you
doubt.
You had a ball batted that was tipped that could have been a turnover.
Yep.
You got the best back in South Alabama behind your quarterback. Let's give it to him once.
Yeah, you got to get a run in there in terms of play selection.
And the kick is good. Theodore continues to be impressive, and that young man is
As advertised.
absolutely fun to watch him here tonight. Bobcats on top by a couple of scores. (21-7) here. Theodore leading Fairhope. Again, if you're just joining us, winner of this game gets into the playoffs as a number 4 seed. Other scores to pass along. Bayside Academy leading Mobile Christian 14-7, 6-6 UMS and St. Paul's on Old Shell Road. Murphy leads Bryant 16-0. Our scoring summer there, 9 plays, 41 yards, and Piron with a 12-yard touchdown carry. Viger on top, 14-3 over Mary G. In that first quarter at one point, Mary G had run 21 plays to 4 for Viger.
Wow.
And the Bobcats ready to kick. A little stronger to the near side here. Gratkowski takes it at the 20. He's got a little hole across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
There's a bit of a problem for Fairhope as I see it, is that Piron has been very effective and we're only a quarter and a half into the game. So we look at some other.
How about that game last night? Blunt and Saraland. Blunt comes from behind to beat Saraland 34-30. Daphne wins against LaFleur, so they get in the playoffs as a 6th seed in the 6A. Spanish Fort finishes up 10-0 on the year. Other games going on tonight, as we talked about. Murphy and Bryant. Murphy up early in that one. Baker and Davidson. Foley and McGill. That one at the Lip. Mary G. and Viger. Baldwin County and Robertsdale we talked about. Williamson and Gulf Shores finishing out their seasons tonight. That one, wow, that was dangerous as it went right through the linebacker, Justin Hosea Williams' hands. Rest of the games tonight, St. Paul's and UMS. St. Paul's just scored. They're up now 13-6 in that one. Leroy and Clark County, Flomaton and Monroe County, Dallas County, and Southside Selma. T.R. Miller and W.S. Neal. Got to get the Opp in there. Opp and Elba. Opp, of course, the home of the Aaron family. Our statistician, and rounding out the schedule there, J.F. Shields at red level and Marengo at A.L. Johnson. Second down for the Pirates. Brown, trouble, dropped. The 25-yard line coming up to make the stop. The safety, Austin Smith, and also there, Preston Broughton.
He thought he was going to be able to sidestep the rush, but nope, there's 2 guys there, so they just tighten down the clamps.
My point, by the way, about the running back is he's shown out already in a quarter and a half. He's a big guy. He might become more effective as the game goes along.
And you're not going to get less tired of tackling him as the game goes on.
No.
Again, here's Fairhope at 3rd and 15 again. They've been behind the sticks for a lot of this first half.
They're going to have to keep some drives going and end it with points.
Brown blitz coming. Zip to the near side. Gratkowski holds on to it. He's got the first down across midfield. And he's dropped rodeo style all the way up at the 46-yard line.
That was just a great play all the way around. It was a great throw. Gratkowski really good with his body to adjust and then catch with his hands. And then the tackle at the end's a highlight, and it's look at the catch.
Yeah, he did a great job looking at in and just handling it right there. And I tell you what, little wrestling move at the end, but that reminds me seeing that name, Gronkowski, the guy in New England again.
Gronk.
Yeah.
28-yard pickup on 3rd and 15.
Wow, big
Fairhope's
play.
got their version, the grab.
Yeah, this kid is a good player. I've heard a good bit about him. Very, very
Just a junior.
capable athlete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 touchdown receptions on the year.
Yeah.
Lanky on the outside with good speed. Robinson in motion.
Good body control.
Winton Blunt up to the 45. He was a big part of that team last year with his Fairhope squad.
Had a heck of a team last year.
Yep.
Ray Jackson, the quarterback. Right?
Yep. Blunt, almost 600 yards rushing. Didn't play last week against Murphy, and that hurt him.
Yeah, and I looked at the roster and saw his name. I thought of a politician named Winton Blunt.
He may get elected someday.
Pickup of 2. Give it right back to him, and Blunt trying to get to the outside. Schamberger grabs him, but he gets pushed forward. 3rd down. Coming up here for the Pirates as we're inside the halfway point of quarter number 2. Both these teams 6-3, 4-3 on the year in the region.
3rd and 7 from the 44.
Playoffs start next week. That's why we saw so many of those Thursday games. A lot of those teams like to get that Thursday night game in, get an extra night of practice before the season, the second season starts. 3rd and 7.
I'm surprised how many teams still play Friday.
You're right. Tevin Brown wants to go deep, middle of the field, thrown up, picked off again. Coming up with a pick at the 40 now. A couple of flags back there as Jordan Hunt, the rover, brings it all the way back up to the line of scrimmage. This one's going to go back, but it's going to be Fairhope with the 2nd turnover here in the first half.
Well, you can see Jordan Hunt. He's hunting, and he's hunting the football. He's just sitting back there in that zone, and he's going to come to that little post route, and he just goes up there and takes it off the receiver's hand. And right here, I thought he wanted to score it, too.
Yep, I know. I thought he had, athletically, he might have mismatched a lot of people. They're going to take it back, and this, quite frankly, could just end up as more rushing yards for Pirine, the way he's going right now. You push him further back.
A block in the back against the Bobcats.
Fairhope turns it over again.
Theodore will start.
So the block in the back, and it moves it to the 23-yard line, but Bobcats will gladly take the turnover.
Defensive guys are not used to blocking. I promise
And they
you,
want to
there's
do
no
it so
drill.
badly. And they want to do it so badly, don't they, Vic Lockett?
Yeah, they want to help when, you get a turnover. You're all excited about it, and you just get overly excited, and you do something wrong. But coaches don't get upset about that because that's a hustle play. As long as you're going hard, it's all right.
Pirine with 2 touchdowns already here tonight. This one fired up, and McCarty can't hold on to that one.
I thought he was going to hang on to it because he
Andrews
adjusted his not his body, just position on the field with his feet.
Andrews dropped this one in a nice spot there.
Yeah, a little interference, well, not physical interference, but as far as his view.
Concentration.
Yeah, the safety cutting in front of him.
Yeah, it messed with him there, but he did a good job to position himself to catch the football. That's not easy.
2nd and 10. Pirine grinds it to the 26. 3rd down coming up. Here's Bobcats. So we all came out to get a look at that young man tonight, but according to Ashley, who's down on the sidelines, we're not the only ones with interested eyes watching Michael Pirine tonight.
That is right, Jim. About 4 hours up the road, brought down Burton Burns, the running back coach at Alabama. Even though Michael is committed to Florida, he is here tonight. You never know what could happen, what decisions could be made.
Whistle before that one. And back up Theodore.
Decisions on both sides. Everybody's evaluating. Is he right for us?
What else do they have coming in at running back?
And Alabama at this point, Vic and I were talking about this. The program is so elite at this point. They recruit every position of need nationally. So, yes, LaMichael is a great running back here in the state of Alabama, but who knows
how he ranks nationally,
what they've got on the hook. Yeah. But man, he's a really terrific young player and a great guy.
He's got a bloody nose.
Yeah, had a chance to talk with him in the pregame and love that.
3rd and 12. Andrews looking to set up the screen. Gets it out to the near side, and Hosea Williams gets just to the 20 and nothing more. Casey Kropp, Vic's linebacker that he talked a little bit about earlier, comes up with a stop there, and that's a big stop by Fairhope.
It is.
Yeah, Casey Kropp, you know, he doesn't have a whole lot of athleticism and speed, but I'll tell you what, he's just fundamentally sound and just makes plays like that, you know, and that's out on the edge. You need to be a fast backer to get out there. He's not extremely fast, but he gets himself out there and in position to make the play.
You can see how much he loves to play.
Yeah.
McClester,
good football player.
Will kick it from the 7. Gratkowski stands on his own 45. Good kick. And he got ran into, and it's going to be a roughing the kicker call. Then Gratkowski dropped it. It's recovered up at the 45 as Jordan Sparks gets on the loose ball. It's roughing the kicker, but Theodore will gladly take it up at the 47-yard line.
One of the
3rd turnover of the first half for Fairhope.
Rare times that you would say no thank you to a roughing the punter. And here's why.
And you reach the deadly point of 3 turnovers, which is usually a point of no return in terms of winning.
That was Jalen Jones who hit him up high. Usually you don't see a punter get hit up high like that.
Yeah, you're supposed to aim for the launching point off his foot. But ill-advised play by him, and certainly ill-advised down here to turn the football over and not secure the punt.
Well, I think your guy Grat, what was going on with Gratkowski was the wind was playing tricks with the ball a little bit too, so he was adjusting his route to come to get to the ball. And
it was a good high kick.
High kick. He realized people were quickly all around him.
Boy, Fairhope's defense comes up with a stop. Going to have great field position.
Yep.
And a special teams turnover.
Yeah, that could have been huge going into the half.
I don't want to talk into that.
Timeout going to be taken. Yeah, I think Tim Carter wants to give his defense just a little chance to maybe catch their breath over there. So we'll take a timeout with 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
But yeah, Theodore's winning the turnover battle, but it doesn't seem like this game is out of reach in any shape, form, even though it's 21-7 with 3 turnovers going Theodore way.
20 minutes or less. And if you're not able to get out in 20 minutes, Frankenstein himself will come and get you.
So anyway, Fairhope's very much still in this football game, even though the score doesn't maybe say it.
All right, we saw LaMichael Pirine over here on the sideline just a few minutes ago, and Ashley's down on the Theodore sideline. Let's get an orthopedic group sideline report from Ashley Pope.
That's right, guys. Right now, he is on the sidelines with the athletic trainer. It seems to be a nose injury. He just keeps holding his head, trying to focus. But right now, they have him on the sidelines trying to figure out what to do.
Because sometimes you can get a hand gets inside the face mask there and get on the nose.
Possibly, you know, several things that have him up in the face area. So we'll figure it out. And hopefully, prayerfully, it's nothing serious and get this young man back out on the field.
Yeah.
Got a bright future ahead of him.
Hosea Williams will stay in the backfield. Andrews steps up, looks over the middle of the field. McCarty's got it again, and he's got another Bobcat touchdown.
I tell you what, when he catches it, those pink socks stand out because they get up and down very fast.
55 yards for the touchdown.
How about that kid?
Like the poise, steps up here, keeps his eyes downfield.
And he gets it down there really nicely. Trevor Andrews on the run. He throws it beautifully. And then you've got to take the exact right angle against McCarty or he is gone. He's gone.
You know, against Davidson, he had the 98-yard touchdown. He also had one that was 80 yards that was called back. As McCleskey makes it 28-7. A big night here tonight. That one, 55. And the Bobcats look like they're going to be playing next Friday night. Big plays for the Bobcats. That's been the name of it both offensively and defensively. Forced 2 turnovers on defense, get one on special teams, and they've got the big scores on offense. They lead it 28-7 here with 2:51 to go. Want to correct, was given a wrong score. It's actually UMS leading St. Paul's 13-6 at the half in the Battle of Old Shell Road.
Yeah, we had a feeling that UMS sized up with them a little bit better this year than they had the last few years, and at least through half a game, that's proven to be the truth.
Theodore to kick off again. You're right. I thought great poise by Andrews on that touchdown pass. Dan Brennan, the sophomore, stepping up, and and we talked about it. They have to play this like a playoff game, and he's playing like this is a big postseason game for him.
Play in, playoff.
High kick. Gradkowski at the 25. Wrapped up and brought down after a gain of just a couple. Hustling down there, John Sherrill to make the special teams tackle for the Bobcats. Fairhope, they had won 5 in a row until last week when they got beat by Murphy. And then this Theodore team coming off back-to-back losses, lost kind of in surprising fashion down in Foley, and then last week a 17-14 loss to McGill right at the end of the game. McGill able to kick a field goal and get the win. Empty backfield. Quick out to the far side. Robinson picked up a couple before the whole host of Bobcats there. Tyler King, the sophomore, in leading the charge defensively for Theodore. Let's get another update on Piron with the Orthopedic Group sideline report from Ashley.
They have brought the team doctor out here, guys, and it's definitely the nose. The doctor has tried to pop it back into place several times. But I got to admit, this player is very strong. Just keep trying to get it back in its place. But right now, it is not lined up correctly.
That's one of those you like to get on the first try, to try to get it back there.
I would think so.
Ooh. And you could just see how if you're not used to not being able to breathe through your nose, that's a tough one as they look for Robinson going deep, and they got it at the 30 all the way to the 27. Now down inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line.
Well, he's their McCarty right there. He's the guy that they're going to have to depend on, make some big plays, and get them on the scoreboard and back in the game.
And equally important, I'm impressed with the basketball player delivering the football, standing there strong, and I mean, he hit him in stride. You can tell these two have been working together.
Walker Thompson saved the touchdown for the Bobcats, 51 yards. Brown able to get it off to Robinson. Now Brown back again, fires, and that one's almost turnover number 4. He looked for Robinson and put that one behind him.
You know, he had Robinson too. He had a chance at the touchdown right there. Got a little high, a little behind him, I think.
Goes off Walker Thompson's hands. You're right, if he's able to put that a little in front, it's another Fairhope touchdown.
They get one here before the half, you know.
Yep.
Got P. Ryan on the sideline.
Well, Michael's mom down there, we met her at the pregame show. I know you had met her earlier this season as well.
Yeah.
She's down there checking out. You know, it doesn't seem like he's in a lot of pain. He's just trying to get it where he can get that breathing back. And it was, you know, we saw him have trouble breathing, as you can imagine. All of a sudden you have maybe a broken nose or something dislodged up there. We saw him come off the field and just kind of was just jogging off the, jogging off the field.
Sure, like nothing serious. But, yeah, must be something going on really serious that they're trying to get it corrected. And prayerfully, it's nothing major, and he can get back out there.
Timeout taken here. You see our broadcast, we were talking about how nice it is to still be in short sleeves in week 10.
Yeah, well, good for us.
Yeah.
Because we're outside tonight.
Yeah, and I bet Jim's still deep sea fishing, aren't you?
Well, a couple weeks ago I was out there. It's been a little rough on the weekends to go, but I'm going to try to sneak some more trips out there. But what a great night.
Good for you. You can go in the middle of the week, too, because really, what is your job?
He shows up here after we get him off that boat, on Friday night, and we're glad to have him. And they keep this train on the track.
Guy's got a nice tan.
Yeah.
Of course, you lived a good life too, Dan. Sweating over that mic through the week. Spinning the tunes.
I will say nobody's ever said about Dan Brennan, he's got a nice tan.
No.
We've never mentioned that about you.
They'd throw him immediately in jail.
All right, 2nd and 10.
Let's get back to the game before you get to my tan.
Tevin Brown, motion, Gradkowski Fake it to him, and Brown wants to keep it on the right side. Brown turns it in and lunges. He's going to be very close to a Pirate first down. I like both young quarterbacks tonight. I know Brown's coughed it up a few times, but I like what he's doing.
The young junior quarterback,
yep.
When you put it straight off the basketball court.
First and goal for the Pirates with 1:21 to go. Give it off and trying to get in there. Connor Bradford is going to be stopped inside the 5, down to about the 4. Second and goal coming up.
Timing this out just right to get it scored before the end of the half.
Pirates are still fighting for sure.
They are.
Caleb Rogers now split up to the top of the screen. He comes in motion. Fake it to him as they bring in Colin Davis again, and he tosses it to touchdown. He's got it to Austin Lutz, his second touchdown of the year. 7 catches now on the season, so they bring in Colin Davis. You expect he's going to kind of keep it a la Tebow like we saw the last time.
Right, that's what the defense is looking at too, and Lutz feigns a block for a second, then sneaks out, leaks out into the end zone, and no one's even near him.
Yeah, now wasn't that Colin Davis you said threw the pass?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. You did mention they do play 2 quarterbacks quite a bit, huh?
Hayden Terrell, they bring him in those short yardage situations. Terrell will try to make it. That was blocked. 28-13. Fairhope special teams come up with a block. Schamberger, I think, might have been the one to get the hands on it. Schamberger with a couple of big plays here tonight. Hey, since we're in Theodore, it's time for our New Horizons Credit Union Trivia contest, or question. I don't think we win anything. It's not really a contest. A lot of prizes I don't think we have. So we're in
How about
Theodore.
A deep sea trip with you?
Yes,
we can throw that out there.
I'd love that.
Jim, I'm just saying, how about $2,500? How about $2,500?
Forget the fish, huh?
All right. Who's the winningest coach in Theodore High School history?
We can see it.
Our sideline reporter should know.
She might know.
She should have a good guess as to what this is. We'll give you that answer in the second half. And as always, no Googling. No Googling.
This is a Googleless contest?
Yes.
Yeah. Good luck refereeing that.
Hey, halftime score over at the Lip. McGill on top 7-0 over Foley. Foley's going to be the number 3 seed. McGill the number 1. McGill's going up against Enterprise. David Faulkner, our old friend from Fairhope, coaching over at Enterprise. They've turned it around. They got off to an 0-3 start. Now have turned it around. And they're going to the playoffs as a 4 seed, and they'll take on McGill Tulin. Terrell to kick here with 41 seconds left. Kick to the far side. That one's going to bounce down at the 18. Trying to get it up the near side. It's McCarty. And McCarty, they're trying to rip that football away, and he gets across the 20 and then gets pushed down hard at the end of the play. Boy, you got to just like the gamer that McCarty is.
Well, you know what? You just mentioned him, and he catches the football. I just got some quick intel. He was at Blunt last year.
Wow.
How about that?
Courtesy of one of my friends out there. I think he preferred to stay nameless, but a quick tip, they lured him from the leper's den out here to be a cat with the Bobcats.
Stayed in the feline family.
Well, he fit right in with Blunt.
29 point.
They don't have enough footballs out there if he would have been there, right?
That's about right.
P. Ryan's still not in the game. Give up the middle. And nothing doing there. Good penetration by Thomaso again.
That's really what Kadarius Toney needed was one more
weapon on the outside.
Electric weapon. Man.
South Alabama offering Kadarius Toney. Got that news yesterday as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Junior, and that'll bring our first half.
I think that's going to be
close.
The beginning of the avalanche for that guy.
First of many.
Yeah.
All right, let's go down on the Theodore sidelines. Ashley Pope's got a Northpedia Group sideline report.
Coach, the first question that we need to know, how is Piron? What is the latest?
I'm not sure. Probably got a broke nose. He's in pain. I know that. But again, doctor came over and looked at it. We'll get him looked at later on. We're going to try to hold him rest of the half. Go from there.
What is your offensive plan with him out potentially in the second half?
Well, you know, you always work a 2 and a 3 guy, and I'll be honest with you. You know, Jose Williams can run it, and then Gaston can run it too, so we're fine. You know, bottom line is we can't give up that touchdown right before half. You know.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Coach Eric Collier there with Ashley and his team up top 28-13.
A lot more ticked off about the touchdown than he was about P. Ryan's nose.
You're right. He's going to try to hold them if they can, but didn't like that late touchdown.
Yep.
So at the end of tonight's game, we'll have some players of the game for you to vote for. Last week, we had a great game up at Pritchard Stadium, and this young man, he's been the player of the game, player of the week a few times over the years here, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, just a tenacious running back. Austin McPherson breaking all the records over at St. Paul's. Has a touchdown tonight against UMS Wright in that battle of Old Shell Road. But he just, for not a big guy, really, really tough between the tackles and gives you everything he has on every play.
Yeah, not a with that little size talked about, but really such a tough runner and a guy who does not shy away from the contact, does not mind getting in there. There was a bunch of it last Friday night up at Pritchard Stadium, so congratulations to Austin McPherson.
What is he, an 8th-year senior?
He is no, seventh, just seventh.
Okay.
So, all right, at the end of tonight's game, go to local15tv.com and click on the high school football game of the week, and we'll give you 3 choices on who to vote for this week's player of the week, brought to you by Advanced Collision. Take a time out. When we come back, we'll hear from the Theodore Band. 28-13 at the half. We'll also hear from the Fairhope Band. They'll start it up coming up right after this. Pepsi halftime show here, and Fairhope Band entertaining everyone. Had a little thriller, a little Ghostbusters going on. Tomorrow night's Halloween. Let's get the rest of the spooky music from the Fairhope Marching Band.
did.
28-13 here at the half. Home team Theodore on top. Speaking of the home team, let's go check out their band as the Bobcat Marching Band is on the field. score for Fairhope gets them back in this one at 28-13. But I think the bigger story right now, LaMichael Pirine possibly out with a broken nose. That's what it looks like. And so Fairhope gets that late score. Really could change the complexity of this game around, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, and you can see Coach Collier was not real happy that his team gave up that score. But the fact that Pirine is going to spend maybe the second half on the bench could change a lot of things, Vic Lockett.
Yeah, and we were talking, Vic, that maybe it was maybe the helmet got pushed forward down on the bridge of his nose.
Yeah, that's one of the things that could happen. But from what I understand, there's an inadvertent hand got within the face mask and kind of hurt him from there. And I think he's coming back out without his shoulder pads on, so he's certainly not going to be a factor in the rest of his football game.
Well, we saw some big plays in that first half. Here's Pirine. This one went for 30 yards. I'm sorry, that was the shorter of the 2 touchdown runs, and this was the nice pass to McCarty. McCarty, this guy is a little playmaker. 2 touchdowns in the first half, 15 on the year for Derek McCarty. Out of the backfield, Colin Davis able to hit Austin Lutz for the touchdown for Fairhope. That was the one at the end of the first half. Look at the time of possession. Fairhope's had the ball. We'll see that in a second. Fairhope's had the ball a whole bunch in the first half. 15:38 compared to just 8.5 minutes for Theodore. But Theodore, when they've had it, they've made big plays.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't taken them that long. They had 14 points on 5 offensive snaps to start the game.
Also 3 turnovers in that first half for Fairhope. Really tough to overcome that, but there we look at it. So we will not see Pirine the rest of the night. And hopefully he's all right, and Theodore holds on to this one. He'll be playing in the playoffs next week, so they need him back and ready to go in week 1. And let's go back down to Ashley from the orthopedic group's sideline report as she had a chance to catch up with Coach Carter.
I caught up with Coach Carter coming out of the locker room, and he just told me that just keep playing. That's what he's been telling the guys, just to keep playing. They've had a turnover, but Fairhope, they're in good shape, and he just kept reiterating, keep playing.
Fairhope will kick to start the second half.
Typical coach speak, keep playing football. Good things will happen. Continue to read your keys. Don't get out of whack with that, and just let the game come back to you. If you keep doing the things that you've been repping through the week, good things will happen.
Sean Schamberg is down deep, and I think it might have heard the Theodore coaches tell him to watch for the onside kick, thinking maybe Fairhope's going to try to come out and try a little something sneaky on Halloween Eve to start the second half.
Well, the bands were sneaky at halftime.
They were good.
Yeah,
both of them.
But the cliche still a possession. Guys are talking about possessions in the first quarter. All the broadcasts.
Terrell pooks it to the near side. Fair catch called for, and then ball is loose. Finally, falling at it back there was Austin Smith.
One thing about Theodore, we figured out from the first offensive snap that they are more than Pirine. Derek McCarty is a guy they targeted a number of times, and he has really been lightning.
How about he has more touchdowns this season than Pirine does as a wide receiver?
Yes, yeah.
But, typically when I've seen these Theodore teams, they have a couple of 3 athletes out there, and just hadn't seemed to been able to get them all together and play as a team. But this week, tonight, they're playing as a team.
Andrews. Gives it off, and
big gaping hole for him to sneak through.
Yeah, now we're going to move Gaston from DB into running back. Had the interception earlier. Now they'll bring him in to run. Leonard Gaston. Actually had that pick and a nice return. Comes in the backfield, picks up 3. Gaston again.
Runs into his own man.
And third down. And about 3 coming up. Gaston just a sophomore. It's going to be a big stop right here for Theodore to start the second half.
Yeah, they get stopped right here. Pirates are going to feel that momentum.
3rd and 4. Andrews looking. Guess who he wants? Guess who he's got? It's McCarty at the 30, still on his feet to the 19.
McCarty looked it right in. Had he not stumbled, he would have took that one to the house as well. Just sort of finding the football under the light, stumbles right there and gives the DB a chance to catch back up to him. And DB trying to do the strip move, but unsuccessful. Kick the chains, puts him in the Papa John's scoring zone right off the bat.
48 yards, got behind Star Hutcherson. How much fun is that young man to watch?
Yeah, but somebody's got to get him the ball.
You're right.
And Trevor Andrews, the sophomore quarterback, with the arm enough to get it there.
I'm like somebody's got a covering.
Gatson hit.
You know, we come in keying on P. Ryan. We need to add this to our key B, and P. Ryan's out, so he's key A now.
And I've never seen it, you know, all this time, McCarty's been one-on-one.
Yep.
Yeah, you think they'd roll the covers that way, huh, Dan?
Yeah.
You can see there, I mean, Hutcherson's 6 foot. He's got about 3 inches on McCarty.
Good athlete.
Yep.
With a name like Star, you better be a pretty good athlete.
My parents didn't burden me with that. No goal.
You know what? Good move on their part.
Andrews dumps it out, and it goes through the hands as he tried to get it out of the backfield there. Demarius Neal couldn't hold on to it. 3rd and 10 coming up from the 20.
A lot of poise by this young quarterback. Really impressed. This is a do-or-die game for Theodore. You got the ball in the hands of a sophomore, and he's come through so far.
Theodore's not dying. They're doing
so far.
Only seen Kiki Pruitt come in for a couple snaps down in the red zone. Otherwise, it's been all sophomore Andrews.
That's right.
3rd and 10. Andrews over the middle. There was some contact there as McCarty in a crossing pattern.
Yeah, maybe he was shallow at 5 yards and they decided not to throw the flag, but he definitely was contacted, and that's the way I do it when I play linebacker. If you're going to come in my zone and you're within 5 yards, I'm going to give you a nice little shove to say hello.
And I think he was within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage right there.
Trying to do that cross. Yeah, good job by
Casey Kropp, your guy.
Yep, Kropp just say, I'll give you a shoulder shiver. You're going to come in here.
4th and 10 from the 20. And the Bobcats will go for it. Looking. Andrews to the near side. Into the end zone. He's got Chris Sullivan. There's a flag and a touchdown.
Yeah, I thought that was a good play by both those guys. He may get him for an offensive push-off, but I don't think he did much of any of it.
Well, let's see what the call is here. The same official that threw the flag also
signaled touchdown.
So that's kind of, if he's going to penalize.
Well, he's got a signal because it was successful in terms of the play, but he saw something happen.
Fairhope was clapping.
And I think he's going to get him for offensive pass interference, but I think it was more of just setting himself up for position to catch the football. The defensive back momentum was already taking himself out of the play. He just kind of matadored him.
Wow, that's a really tough one right there. Because
if you take a look at the replay, he did, kind of move him out of the way, but it was his momentum was coming the way anyway.
Offensive pass interference on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 4th down.
Let's take a look at it. Andrews going for the corner. Sullivan 6 foot, kind of big and lanky.
His momentum, 16's momentum was already taking him out of the play.
He just ran himself out of the play.
And he just kind of put his hand there to say, hey, I'm swimming you.
Wow.
I'm getting to the football. I have found it.
So 4th and 25 now from the 35. Andrews over the middle, wants McCarty, and it's broken up. Hutcherson able to get the best of that one, and a hold here for Fairhope, and they get a little help with the call in the end zone.
Yeah, they get a lot of help there, and they also got to get the ball in pretty good field position. They're only down 2 scores.
Yeah, back at the 35 after the penalty in the end zone.
Yeah, after getting the penalty, I think I would have decided to do something else. Probably not a field goal, but I'd have just been back.
Field goal be out of the question.
Yeah.
Let's watch here again.
Let them take it on the 20.
This was Hutcherson, and McCarty had a chance. So now the Pirates at the 35.
And the ball's in the air. McCarty's always got a chance.
Kevin Brown looking for a block in front, and Blunt couldn't get over in front of him.
Yeah, good job by Parker Sparks. He really got that play stringing out to the edge there. May have been a little hole on him, but still was able to come up the Theodore defense. They were playing good, sound defense over there, these Bobcats.
Hey, Matthew Sharon senior for this Pirate team, unable to play. He's got the flu. And his sister Ashley emailing in. Just want to make sure we get a shout out to him that this is it for Fairhope. Hates he's going to miss his last game with the flu. As Brown fires over the middle, he's got to complete to Robinson up near the 15.
Well, they're trying to arrange it where it's not the last game for Fairhope.
Yeah, well, Ashley, we're praying that he has a speedy recovery and get back out here and play some football with his guys if they can get to the first round.
That all depends on tonight.
Yeah, still a lot of football to be played.
Robinson with the reception up to 49. Got some more folks checking in. Curry Cooper watching over in Point Clear tonight. She always likes to watch the Friday night football game here on UTV 44.
I love so many people watch the games regardless of their affiliation.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
Give C.J. Edwards.
When I hear somebody from Point Clear, I affiliate them with Jim launching his boat from probably their backyard or something.
Nice glass of Merlot. The cable hooked up out there on the wharf.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. These teams are giving it their best effort, as in what we talked about, that it's do or die tonight. You're seeing plenty of effort on the field tonight.
Yeah, Fairhope dropped down 28-7.
Yeah.
Kind of could have been thinking, they coming off a tough loss to Murphy last week where they fell behind big.
They're slugging their way back.
And now they got a chance to cut it to a one-score game, and they've got it at midfield. Brown wide open, zips it out to Lutz, and he'll be knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 8.
You saw his second choice, didn't you, Dan?
Yeah, I did. Lutz was really the underbelly of the play.
Correct. Yeah, he took the high percentage rather than the low percentage throw and threw it short.
It was Andrew Miller, Jim, was running all by himself, deep, lonely as he could be, and that could have been 6.
3rd and 2 here for the Pirates. Give on the inside. And see if Bradford, how close he got. It's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, this offense has been predicated really on the quarterback, Brown, and getting it out there sometimes just quick outs, quick screens, and downfield. They haven't really had a whole lot of success running it between the tackles so far tonight.
4th and 2. See if they try to get it in Robinson's hands.
Yeah, there you go. Jet
Somehow.
sweep or get it to him some way, yeah.
Edwards in the backfield. Instead, they give it to Edwards, and Edwards bowls ahead. And the sophomore has the first down for the Pirates as they brought Colin Davis back in at quarterback.
Offensive line collapses things on the left side, too, big time. Look at them pin everything in.
Yeah, those down blocks are effective, weren't they?
They were that time.
Good little hop there by Edwards to bounce it out one hole.
You know, they had to take care of Porter, too, the big guy in the middle. They were able to contain him on that play. That was the difference in the play.
At the 40. Brown looking to pass through the hands of Miller. He had him.
Wow, what about the pass? You know, I thought it was going to be a rainbow, but he put it on a rope.
He did.
And didn't get a lot of elevation, but it was, looks like from our angle, in and out of the hands of the receiver.
Yeah, Miller might have been shocked it got there so quickly.
And the trajectory.
Like a Royals single, a low line drive.
Yeah.
All right, you talk baseball, you lose me. I'd rather hear you talk hockey, Jim.
You're about the only one, Big Lockett. Brown scrambles, steps up, looks, heaves it into coverage, and Lutz can't come down with it. He pays the price down there around the 5. So he kind of got that one right in the midsection.
Yeah, he was up high trying to climb the ladder to get the football, and the defender sort of got him in the midsection right there.
Ooh. That'll knock the wind out of you.
It's more painful when you miss it, Jim, I promise.
Yeah, it looks like that hopefully is just what it is for Lutz.
Well, Lutz was a long way downfield for a guy that's generally their blocking back.
Right. But he's a good athlete. Saw him play some last year for this Fairhope team as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's pray that this is nothing serious and he can get out and get him some Powerade and get back in the football game.
Kind of got hit from the side there where you're a little exposed.
Yeah.
Arms extended.
Little ribs, you know. Former coach of this team, Adam Weingarten, may end up, we know for a fact, as the head coach at Auburn, he's going to be bringing the team back this way. as the playoffs begin.
So heading off that way, Lutz. Hopefully he'll get back out there, sit out of play, and I got 3rd and 10 coming up from the 35. You know who's watching the game? One of our favorites, Kelly Jones, very own Local 15 morning personality, watching the game here on a Friday night. I know she's flipping forth between us and the Royals. She's a big Royals fan.
Yeah.
And Jared Kihas in the truck challenging Kelly Jones, saying that she's not a bigger fan, despite the fact she lived in Kansas City, and Jared never did. Dropping back, 3rd down. Brown comes underneath and unable to hold on to it was Robinson. And 4th and 10 coming up.
Boy, good defense again right there. Coming up on top of Brown.
Keyshawn Gatson looked like came in there to break that thing up. Or no, it's number 8 or 9.
Yeah, I think that was Williams who came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laid a pretty good lick on him, knocked the ball loose.
4th and 10 from the 35. This is a big play here. Just 6.5 to go in the 3rd. This is a big play.
Yeah. Just about every play that Fairhope's got on offense, Jim, is going to be a pretty big play at this point.
Hadn't seen him try to get it to Gratkowski much.
I'm with you. Good athlete. 85 on the
Schamberger in coverage.
Side.
Brown was looking Gratkowski's way. Now looking downfield, wants to tuck it and run, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And Fairhope unable to convert, and the Bobcat defense comes up with a stop.
Yeah, what a job by Sam Jaquez, the left tackle. They gave him plenty time and an opportunity to find a receiver open, but he wasn't able to see one, and the only one that was open was on the opposite side of where he was scrambling from.
But he was looking Gratkowski's way at the snap, had him down here at the bottom of the screen, and wasn't anything there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely good coverage on the strong side of the play. This Theodore defense bends but don't break.
Gadsden in the backfield behind Andrews.
Why investigate me eating on freaking mud anyways? Because you suck, I'm open and all.
Play clock down at 10, and they snap it off, and Gadsden on the left side, and he's got a hole, and the sophomore's got a first down to the 46.
Tell you, this offensive line's going to block no matter who's back there. You'd grab your druthers, it'd be P. Ryan, the big senior. But they do a nice job operating along that front line of scrimmage, and it's been a Theodore thing for a long time.
Apparently someone up front is winning.
Ashley tells us that the Fairhope player Aaron Lutz, it was just the wind knocked out of him. He'll be fine. He'll be coming back in the game.
Good.
First down for the Bobcats. Gatson again slips a tackle in the backfield as Brett Howell penetrated in there. The sophomore for Fairhope slowed him down, and he falls forward for a couple. Got another scoring update. UMS ran the opening kickoff back to start the second half. They lead St. Paul's 20-6 at our last report.
Special teams being special.
That's a UMS standard that they've got there. It's a good-looking UMS right team. I mean, they were complete when we saw them against Thomasville.
Kind of hard to judge to me, though, against Thomasville. It just was a wash.
2nd and 9. Gadsden, good penetration. Pirates stuff him up there. Ryan Dunbar was the first one in, and Howell came there as well to help.
And no doubt about that play right there. The Pirates defense was playing on the Theodore side of the football.
Some folks checking in on Facebook during the broadcast as well tonight. You can follow us throughout the playoffs on Facebook and also on Instagram, UTV44_GOTW. Carol Marks Timmons, she's watching the game. She's over in Fairhope, and her nephew, Troydell Odom, linebacker, talked about him earlier. She was glad to see him get some time on TV tonight. Crystal Turberville also watching the game. Her little cousin, Austin Smith, is the starting DB. And his biggest fan is his little cousin, Austin, wearing his jersey while he watches the game tonight. Wanted to wear number 15, just like his big cousin.
How cool is that?
So he's got that on tonight. So appreciate everybody watching it. We talk about it each week as we've got a timeout. Just how many people are watching these games? I just got another message. Ty Thompson over in Baldwin County, he's watching the game, and he was also mocking me for my I have a little tendonitis issue in my elbow, so I have this band on there, and he's wanting to know if it's doctor prescribed. I said, no, I went to the local drugstore and put it on, and it helped. Ty Thompson, I said, don't call me out for that.
Well, actually, you look like you went to the local hardware store. You know, it's tough fishing, man. You know, you pulling in those big ones,
Yeah.
it mess up your forearm, my Dan.
It's a fishing injury, of course.
He's probable for the night, though, right?
A lot of sympathy for those, right?
Yeah.
3rd and 10. Andrews looks, glides out to his left, now comes back across the middle, and he's got it complete to the 35-yard line. Chris Sullivan.
Nice job by Trevor, just sitting back there, move around, negotiate the pocket, find somebody open, and dump it off to his halfback right there. Give him a bone.
Yeah, actually, Demarius Neal snuck out of the backfield there.
Obvious passing situation, too. They needed to throw it to move the sticks. Give this kid credit. He's made a lot of heady plays. A lot of plays more like a senior than a sophomore.
I would totally agree with that.
Yeah, best Theodore team I've come down here personally to witness.
Pitch to Gadsden, and there's a flag for a hold back at the 36.
The runner is down by contact.
Ball came loose at the end of the play, but the officials saying that he was down. And here's the hanky back at the 36. We got an injured Bobcat down there, and that's Justin Hosea Williams.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, just what you don't want to see. You already got a kid that's out for the rest of the game. You don't want to see any more injuries, but certainly a part of the game. But we pray for the least of it.
Well, I can tell you that what tipped me off right away, there was the Fairhope players, the opponents who were trying to get the attention of medical staff to come right away.
Yeah, I've never been a part of it, but sometimes I've heard stories about you hearing, injuries happen. Well, some sounds are just not right.
Coach Collier's out there with them along with the athletic trainers from Theodore High School.
Great sportsmanship by both football teams, taking a kneel down while the injuries being tended to, and also seeing the student section doing something for Theodore here.
Yeah, I like
in
that.
unison.
I like that. And it's a lot better than we were worried about, right?
Sure, yeah, he jogs off. Hey, they love to say the phrase, the kids are resilient.
Yeah.
Oh, they get hurt too, physically and mentally.
Hopefully he's
On the offense,
gonna be
10-yard
okay, so
penalty.
we get the
in
holding
the previous
call.
spot. It was spot foul. First down.
all the way back to the 45-yard line as we're down to 4 minutes to go here in the third. No scoring in the second half after 41 put up in the first half.
Being out here in the open, guys, I can smell the grass even up here.
You're right. The pitch, Gadsden on the right side. Speedy sophomore gets to the 40, and not much more.
Big Terrence Howard in there giving him some room to run. Big right tackle. 6 foot, 290 senior. Theodore's pretty big up front, guys.
Yeah, that's why they block so well. But you know what? I noticed on that particular play, Vic, that it wasn't the size and the speed of Piron they missed right there. It was the vision.
Yeah.
Because the young kid kind of stuck it up when he had a lane to the center of the field that Piron, certainly being the veteran running back, would have seen, right?
Yeah.
2nd and 15. Looking down the middle of the field for McCarty. Instead, tries to come to Sullivan, and Sullivan trying to fight for it. The defender never turned around to look for the ball. And Sullivan, boy, if that's on Sunday, you get that call 100 out of 100 times.
Exactly, yeah. But, there was even contact here. Even if the rule isn't looking back, the defender was contacting the receiver. As you can take a look here.
He wanted McCarty.
He did. And this was option 2, and that contact right there should have drawn the flag, but they decided not to.
Noah May gets away with one.
Speaking of the Zebras, I got a good lecture from our referee prior to the game, and he went back a couple of games. I'll finish it after you set this play up, Jim.
Well, Vic, you probably deserved it, in all honesty. 3rd and 15 here, and I'm glad they got to you before Dan and I. Andrews just drops on that one. Didn't have anything around him. Didn't like where that was going. And didn't want to force something. And just says, I'm going to live another day here.
Well, you don't see that often, but it might have been the right idea.
I don't think he'll be coached that way, Dan.
You know, he's
at the very least, you run throw it away because they lost yardage on that.
But he's a little hobbled coming off the field.
That's what I'm concerned about first and foremost when he did that.
Yeah, he was a little hobbled as he was coming off the field there.
He's shown himself to be so competitive. I was kind of surprised by that, but something, it might have not been a decision. It might have been he got nicked.
Gradkowski back. Kind of a knuckleball punt. Gradkowski has to get away with it. Boy, it rolls down to the 5-yard line. Good work by Dylan McClester, the punter.
Yeah, but to finish that thought about the conversation with the ref prior to the game, I learned a new signal, and he was referring to the game where the whistle was blown. Which game we were doing?
UMS Thomasville.
Yeah, okay. The signal for that is the arm extended and the fist. And I don't know if you guys were aware of that. And he was saying we were not aware of it. And that's what he signaled originally.
I see.
To let us know the play was blown dead by an inadvertent whistle.
I got
Not necessarily inadvertent. It was just blown dead because one of his guys thought the play had stopped momentum and gaining yardage. So anyway, that was the first time I ever even heard of that signal. So remember that one, guys.
You know what else that tells me is the officials go back and watch the games as well. Enzo trying to get away is Brown, and he'll pull it down. Cuts it back up to the middle. And that's a long way to pick up 7 yards, but he does a great job to get him out across the 10, up to the 12.
Boy, right from his own end zone, they were looking for something big down the field. Trying to flip the field right away or change the scoreboard one.
Yeah, but Theodore was thinking of something big on a 2-point right there, holding him on a safety, huh?
Yes, they were.
Pickup of 7.
Pirates have got them spread out now.
Trips to the bottom of the screen, and they've got them outnumbered. I don't think Theodore's lined up correct.
Coming to Robinson, trying to get to the edge. Robinson takes a big hit at the 20, stays on his feet, and he's got the first down to the 22.
Yeah, Coach Collier will take 3 to 2 any day.
Yeah.
And he just says, hey, just stand up and throw it out there to him. We'll block the 2 and get some yardage.
Wow. Spun him like a top, and the kid kept his feet. And, nobody was on Robinson. He's really a big threat, too.
They call him Juice.
Juice has got some juice. Kept his balance after a big hit.
How about this score from Old Shell Road after 3, 27-6 UMS.
That's a shocker, huh?
Up the middle, big hole, and this is Witten Blunt, and Blunt with a lot of green in front of him, all the way up to the 40.
Yeah, we got the politician running in a landslide there, huh?
Yeah. Talking about them not really doing a whole lot on the ground. Well, that made up for some of it right there. Long run for Blunt.
Yeah, they just made space for him in the middle, and he just stands tall and just runs.
36 on the carry, but Fairhope's got to get some points. They've moved the ball between the 20s. They hadn't got the points here in the second half.
We're about down to the last play of the third period. Time is precious, but they've got a chance now.
Brown back off to Blunt. Blunt, look at him push ahead.
Yeah, he's moving the pile.
200-pound kid.
Up to the 36.
That's the way you keep those feet driving. And look what he did.
It'll probably be the last play of the third quarter, and it will. Pirates will have it to start the fourth. And we are through 3, and Theodore needs to hang on to this one. They're going to the playoffs, but Fairhope fighting back, trying to get a score here to get back within 1 touchdown. Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers Game of the Week here on UTV 44. UTV 44 Game of the Week gear being thrown into the crowd here right below us. I mean, right below us. You know what the only unfortunate thing is? On Craigslist tomorrow morning, you see that stuff being sold on Craigslist at a high markup. So there we are.
There we go.
Yeah, right down there. And the Theodore cheerleaders trying to get it up to us. And now Tevin Brown fires this one. Great catch. Gradkowski had that one go down low, and he was able to bobble it and comes up with a catch.
It's Miller.
No,
17.
it's Miller. You're right. It's Miller who makes the catch.
I'm kind of surprised Gradkowski hasn't seen it more. Miller, great hands on the Miller's shown really good hands a couple of times.
That was a low toss.
He had him open right there. He was late with it. but I thought it was going to probably be contested. He was so late with it, but no.
Great catch, never touched the ground.
Yeah.
Nope, no defender even got there anyway to give him any problems to catch it.
Hey, how about Thomas McDonald, our photographer right next to us, giving us that great shot of that ball not touching the Bermuda grass here in Theodore.
I'll be honest with you.
TMD.
Thomas has not had a very solid season. That was a big scene for him.
That levels the playing field.
Gratkowski goes in motion, and they give it to him. Trying to string it out, wants to cut back, and nothing doing there. Great work on the far side by the Bobcats as he tried to turn it back in, and Austin Smith comes up able to make the stop.
Yeah, Zach Johnson got it going, already turning it out. And then he wasn't able to get his feet up under him and cut up under the pursuit, and then set it down right there.
2nd and 10 from the 16 coming up.
We've been seeing some Class 7A collisions tonight.
You're right. You're right. Austin Smith's had a good game for the Bobcats defensively back there.
They've all played well.
Yep, see if they take a shot at the end zone right here. On 2nd down, Gratkowski again. They fake it to him. Brown gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet. Now he spins inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal Pirates.
How about that athleticism?
I'll tell you, and sticking his shoulder down, too, when he got closer to the 5-yard line.
That ain't a soft point guard right there, is it?
Nope. Nope. I'm really going to be interested to watch him play basketball this year. I was tipped off about him, so I'll do that.
He's not going to be afraid to take it to the hole and take the foul after playing football now.
Pirates in the Papa John's delivery zone. Use the code RIVALS, get 2 toppings, 2 pizzas, just $7.77 each, and they're not small ones, they're large pizzas.
I'll take both of them, Jim.
Now they bring in Colin Davis again, and they give it up on the right side, and Edwards, the sophomore, has got the touchdown for the Pirates, and we got a ball game with 10 minutes to go.
Boy, he puts his head down and really powers into the end zone to finish this playoff. Take a look at him. Gets it around here and just says, hey, get out of my way.
2nd touchdown of the season for the sophomore. I think we'll be calling that young man's name a few more times in years to come.
Boy, how about that? Some young guys playing some big roles tonight.
So now do you chase the points here? I mean, you missed the last one. Do you chase the points here?
I think it's a good decision to go for 2.
You notice I stayed silent, left it up to football scholar Vic Lockett.
Yeah, play clock at 15. Let's see if they go with Davis. Now we'll go back with Tevin Brown. Play clock under 10.
They got time to get a set and get a play. Trips here at the bottom.
Theodore didn't look like they were lined up the way they wanted to be. Brown rolling out. He's going to try to turn the corner. Brown jumps up into the end zone. He's got the 2-point conversion.
Boy. Yeah, Theodore lined up in a solid defense to handle those trips. This time they didn't leave it 3 against 2. He didn't have anybody open, and he says, hey, I'm not afraid of any contact, so I'm going to jump in here and try to make this play myself. I'll take the 2 points.
Also, he was flushed by a blitz right up the middle, so he had no choice but to bust out and get out of there.
Tyler King, the sophomore linebacker right there at the bottom of the screen, is a little slow to get up, but he gets up. It's now 28-21. I want to let you know that Doug Harrell, my dentist over in Dennis, his son Douglas, they're watching the game in Fairhope tonight, expecting the Pirate comeback. They get it, and Vic, he like this. He said he thought he was going to get a break from the anxiety with Bama off this week, but now he's got Fairhope anxiety. All right, let's check in with Ashley. She had a chance to catch up with our Theodore Scholastic Athlete of the Week this week.
I'm here this week with Brian Ankerson of Theodore High School for the Gulf Coast offices of Alexander Shannara Scholastic Athlete of the Week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We were just talking earlier. You are very involved in several honor societies, football, track and field, just very well-rounded. What do you contribute your success to?
Honestly, I have to thank especially my family and more specifically my parents. So they instilled a strong work ethic in me.
Are you a type of kid that has to study a lot, or are you just gifted with the ability to remember? What kind of student are you?
I do study, but it's kind of hard to find time to study during football season.
I bet. Well, on behalf of the Gulf Coast offices of Alexander Shannara, I'd like to award you this plaque and also a $250 scholarship. Congratulations.
Chance to have that young man, the guest on our pregame show. Met him and talked to him. 4.2 GPA, football, track and field, National Honor Society, science, math, English. He does it all. And wants to be a civil justice lawyer, and as you point out, just comes from a wonderful family here in Mobile, the Ankersons.
Yeah, the Ankersons, great group of folks. I've never been a bad one. His brother was a tight end here. They've also got a lot of ties to McGill Tulin.
Yep.
Really great family.
They're related to Terry?
Yes,
that's his uncle.
Terry's his uncle.
Terry, former referee, good friend of mine, great guy all around.
High kick that goes out of bounds, and we have not had many kickoffs returned in this game. We've had a lot of them going out of bounds.
And before we completely leave the Ankerson thought, Terry, if you're watching, we really enjoy watching your nephew, and yes, he is twice your size.
Yeah, he and his beautiful wife enjoying retirement now. He put in a number of years at Regions Bank.
Got one of
the fantastic football men around town.
Well, and just such a great civil-minded, involved in so many great things.
Civically, yeah.
Child advocacy.
Civic-minded. Yep. He's a very civil guy as well. So here now the Bobcats leading 28-21. The pitch across the 35 to the 36. Gadsden stopped there.
Something that Coach Collier said at halftime was, okay, well, we got a second guy and a third guy. We can run it. And this offensive line does a good job. Now we find out. If they can run it because they're going to try and run it to hold off Fairhope.
So you're looking at a 10-minute drive now.
Well, I think you're looking at what you're trying to do is
you want to eat some clock. No doubt about it. You want to chomp some clock.
You're a running team. You got a sophomore quarterback. Not that he can't throw it. He has. But let's see.
Gain of just 1 on first down. Andrews looks out of the backfield, and Neal can't have that one get to his hands. I'm not sure he's expecting it quite that quickly.
And then it was kind of out of position for him. It would have been a tough catch. Now, if that had been a receiver, he probably would have caught it, but a big fullback, not used to getting it in close proximity like you brought up, Jim, and having to contort his body.
Yeah, and a lot of heat on it, too.
Yeah, so now you're Fairhope, you get the score. Now you got a chance to push a 3 and out right here.
Right. With a clock not running.
I agree with you, Dan. I would have ran it and only asked that guy to pass it on third down.
Well, if he puts a little loft on that pass, they're looking at a completely different situation here. Probably had a first down.
Coach Collier takes a timeout here. This is a big third down with 9.5 to go, and the momentum you kind of feel shifting over the Fairhope way.
Well, look at the score, right? It was 28-7 at one time. 28-21, right back in it.
Just one score here in the second half.
That's the Fairhope side of things over there. They've showed up in good numbers, and on this side too, this big old stadium has got a lot of folks who decided to come on out and check it out on a beautiful evening.
I want to thank our friends at Green and Phillips for bringing high school football every Friday night. They want to remind you that accident victims, you should call 911 and get a police report and seek medical attention. Victims on average get 3.5 more times compensation when they use an attorney. Lawyers are local, they live right here, and they work in the community. No appointment needed, and never pay for parking at the offices of Green and Phillips there on Florida Street. A big thank you to them for being a part of high school football here on Friday night on UTV 44. There's a little backpack one caught in the stands. Got them all down in front of us.
Yeah.
3rd and 10. We'll call 3rd and 9 from the 36. Andrews steps up, knocked down again. Because I think this time it was Ryan Dunbar who got his hand on it with the pressure, and they do force the 3 and out.
Yeah, he was getting some heat that time as well, and I don't know where he was going to even throw the football in that direction, where he got his shoulders open up to, because this wasn't a receiver even in the area.
Yeah, it wasn't just knocked down, but he was physically affected on the play. His arm got hit.
McClester to punt. Gradkowski stands at the 35. McClester's been kicking the ball well this evening. Fair catch. Gradkowski at the 41, and there was a little contact. The flag dropped over the 45. There was contact on McClester, not much. Of course, the Theodore bench was screaming for it.
There was some confusion on the Theodore sideline, too, about a player being in or out.
Yeah, racing off right at the last second.
Right, so I don't know.
Could it be a substitution violation?
And it's a hold against Fairhope. You don't see a hold on a fair catch all that often.
Yeah, I guess one of the guys thought the return was on and he grabbed early.
Ashley Pope reports that
Holding on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Trying to get off the field. Did get off the field, so that was not the penalty. These light standards, by the way, are as high as any I've ever seen at any of these high school stadiums.
Fourth tallest structure in the state of Alabama. The light structures here.
Take a look at these things. I'm not kidding now.
More of our friends that bring us high school football here on UTV 44, Mobile and Baldwin County Sheriff's Department and Drug Education Council, Alpha, and Pepsi. And down the middle, this one hung up in the air, picked off. That was just hung up way too long and picked off at midfield. And coming all the way up to the 45 is Hunt again with his second pick off of the night and a flag at the end. But Jordan Hunt's got 2. And that one was just hung up into double coverage.
Yeah, I think he cocked it. You know, he was waiting till the receiver uncover, and he thought he uncovered, but he just didn't have that much arm to get it that deep, I don't think.
This one's going to be at the end of the play, and Theodore will get it right back. The 4th turnover tonight.
Blocking the back on the defense. 10-yard penalty. Theodore's ball, first down.
So after the interception,
4th turnover for Fairhope.
Theodore's gotten, yeah.
Yep. Now they got it right back at the 45.
Think about that. 4 turnovers and it's a 1-score game.
Hunt, the second pick.
yeah, normally when you have that many turnovers, you are out of the football game, especially with 9:06 left in the 4th.
The fact that Piron's on the bench might have something to do with that. It's been a different game with him out there.
Gadsden up to the 45. Yeah, we should mention that if you're just tuning in. Late in the first half, Michael Piron broke his nose, according to Coach Collier. They tried to set it on the sidelines. The report was several times and didn't get it back. And so Piron did not come back out with the shoulder pads on in the second half. And so he has not been out there for the Bobcats. And they haven't scored since he's left the game.
There you go. What's his impact?
Yeah.
Now you know.
Up to 45 here. He's going to be very close to the first down. There's Piron.
Nice guy.
Yeah, really
nice young man.
Yep, young man, had a great attitude. We talked to him on the pregame show. You can tell very much, as you alluded to in the first half, Dan, a team-first guy. Loves his offensive line. Loves the big fellows in front of him.
Yeah, they're boys on the weekends, and they hang out and do everything together, and he is a team guy.
I guess Piron do all the cooking.
Somebody is.
Pitch it. Gets it again, has a hole, and he cuts it back up the middle, and he's up to the 36, and he's going to pick up 9 on first down.
You know, Gaston isn't bad now, Dan.
No,
he's making a statement that, hey, you know, Piron's on the bench, but, hey, I can tote the mail a little bit, too, in Southern.
They're doing a good job of keeping people off him at the line of scrimmage, too, Vic. That's that offensive line. And we also have to point out this offense, they haven't scored since Piron's been gone, but boy, it's not been all Piron because Derek McCarty, number 5, again, if you're just tuning in late, he has been spectacular, the little wide receiver.
He's got a couple of touchdowns tonight.
14 on the year? 15.
15, yeah.
Wow.
Continue the steady diet of Gatson, and who gets swallowed up that time. Michael Tomaso able to
He may have enough for the first down, or he's close.
He's going to be just a little short. It's going to bring up 3rd and inches as we're coming up to 7 minutes.
And now they make the substitution to bring the meat in. Samaje Porter steps in there.
They shouldn't be in too much of a hurry, especially at this point with that 25-second clock. Let's see if they factor that in.
Do they have 2 downs to get 1?
Zach Johnson comes into block as well.
I think so.
Okay. Wildcat,
they go back to Kiki Pruitt, and Pruitt lunges ahead.
I like Pruitt.
The spot, yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more of Pruitt.
Kiki's a feminine name, but nothing's feminine about him.
No.
Boy, he's all masculine, little man, sticking his face in there.
So we're going to find out the answer to your question, Vic Lockett, because he did not get it, so it's 4th down, and they stick with Pruitt in there.
Now, what he's saying, if we can't get these inches here, we don't deserve to go to the playoffs.
Tyler King in there to block as well.
Kind of what it's coming down to.
And they go under center with Kiki Pruitt.
I like it.
think Eric Collier takes the timeout, his second here of the second half.
Wants to be certain of the call. Everybody knows their assignment and what they're going to do. Or he's thinking about, well, do I want to put it in the hands of the defense? In my opinion, I think I'd go ahead and go for it here.
At the 35.
Yeah, the returns on the punt, you don't know if it rolls in the end zone, then you've only got a 15-yard net gain.
Correct, yeah.
On the other hand, you pin them back inside the 10. They've got a long field they'd have to deal with, but they would have the ball. You get the first down, they may never get the ball.
Right.
Yeah, with that point guard playing quarterback, I think I'd just keep it on the hands of the offense right now. Normally, I love to put the defense out there, but it's inches.
Brian Aaron, our statistician, corrects me and says that is the final timeout taken by Theodore with 5:57 to go.
How about if you shock the house and leak somebody out and just throw it out on top of them? And
No,
I'm not saying don't.
Maybe number 5 at the bottom of the screen.
I'm not saying let's do it.
And they come back out with Andrews.
Yeah, and
out of the shotgun.
Spread out.
That would only be showmanship for me, but no, I thought he should have snuck it.
Maybe a hard count, just try to draw him off.
Maybe.
Nope. Looking to pass on the far side. Dan Brennan called it, and it's incomplete. Wanted to go up top to Chris Sullivan.
Well, I tell you what, that
now,
was not
first of
my
all,
selection.
Well, it wasn't my selection. What I was saying was, theoretically, wouldn't it blow everybody's
Your
mind?
hypothesis.
Yeah, it wouldn't blow everybody's mind if they did it.
And how about the sophomore Noah May over there, staying alert, coming up with a good coverage.
Yep.
And coming up with the stop, and now.
Yeah, you're right. Good point defensively for that young man to keep his head in the game and read his keys and stay with his guy. But I'll tell you what, the fans don't agree with that call either here from Theodore.
Winton Blunt, nowhere to go, and he's going to lose 5.
My theoretical call was really just a tight end leaking out. It looked like he was blocking.
Yeah.
But they just showed their hand more there. They spread it out.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Loss of 4.
Boy, nice play on the inside by King. Getting penetration.
Yeah, Collier's hoping his defense bails him out and he doesn't have to face the scrutiny of Jim Cox in the post-press conference.
Brown pulls it down, goes right up the middle, and he dives forward. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 8 here for the Pirates.
Cox will be in Orange Beach in about an hour and 11 minutes. Right after they turn off those giant lights.
Telling Miss Cox, shove off.
3rd.
Clock is running.
Call it 7. Inside 5 minutes to go.
We've had a good one, huh?
Yeah, really has turned out to be a great game. And
you know, when you consider all that's
taken place and the storylines that have happened with P. Ryan getting hurt in the first half. Brown looks far side. That one looked like it was a little tipped. Comes up incomplete. And now, as Robinson can't hold on, now if you're Coach Carter, what do you do?
That's twice. I'm sorry, Jim. Twice they forced the issue on 3rd downs. The last time he just took it around the end and scored himself.
Yep. He says, hey, they haven't scored this half. I'm going to punt it again. I got all 3 timeouts. I got my putter, Austin Thomas, on here. Schamberger will go back deep.
I don't know. Well, I guess this is his only option at this point, huh?
4.5 to go. I think 3rd and 4th and 7's a long way. Rugby style kick, good kick. Goes over the head and all the way down. It's going to be close to the 20.
You know, it just didn't go over the head of Schamberger. It went 15 yards over the head of Schamberger.
Yeah, make him go 80, huh? That's what Coach Stallings would say. Make him go 80.
Yep.
Tell you about our friends again, bringing you high school football. Following in Mobile County Sheriff's Department, Drug Education Council. Also, Alpha.
Kathy Austin, go see her. She's close to us over here on 90.
That's why we're doing it again, Vic. And the Pepsi folks bringing the Pepsi halftime show. They brought you a great halftime show tonight. Both bands bringing the spookiness of Halloween. Andrews and the Bobcats, they pitch it back. Gadsden up the middle. And he's going to be close to a first down, up near the 30, depending on the spot. Oh, yeah, we got 4 minutes yet. We haven't got our trivia answer. Any guesses? All-time winningest coach here in Theodore?
Minton? Go ahead. No, I would, who's our buddy that ended up at Cottage Hill Christian?
You got it. You're on the right track.
Is it Minton?
Nope.
No, he was at BC Rain. The name was...
Dave, you're the right guy. We had a great talk with him at Ladd Stadium one time.
I think he was the coach when Ashley was here.
All right, here we go. We'll get back to it just one second here. And some motion.
I think Ashley's got a vote. She's got a point.
Yeah, she was down here, Ashley. Ashley, you got a guess?
I think I do. I think he was the coach, actually, when I was here.
Yeah. That would be?
Coach Downey.
Yes, there he is. Coach Downey. Coach Downey, he has 101 wins. C.A. Douglas, who legend here, had 99 wins. You have to think about Coach Downey. Quarterback and punter at Florida State from 71 to 75.
Wow. Okay. Didn't know that.
I just remember you and I sat down on some stools in the end zone on Ladd Stadium, talked to him before a pregame show we did.
Yep.
And we just thought we'd love to spend some more time with that guy.
Yeah, he was a great guy to spend time with. I didn't know about the Florida State background. And the year we did that was 2001 because that was one of our first years on the air.
And cool as that, Ashley's an alumnus of Theodore, so I learned that tonight.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bobcat Ashley.
Bobcat cheerleader.
Really? Wow.
Those pictures are somewhere.
Yeah.
All the pictures that Ashley somehow finds in the historic files.
Yeah.
Where were those?
They have been destroyed.
Ashley, who was your principal at the time? Was it my good friend Jimmy Knight?
No, he was not here. It was...
she ran him out.
We went through several principals when I was here.
Mr. Davis, was he here?
No, Mr. Davis was not.
All right, Vic, how many more principals at Theodore do you know?
I know
the trivia question is over.
Yeah,
I'm
my
sure,
good friend, he's the
I'm sure
gymnasium
Vic knows every principal very well.
All right, so a timeout taken here. Second after the penalty backs him all the way up. So a 2nd and 7 with 3:31 left. Fairhope with 2 timeouts under center. Pitch it right to Gatson. Gatson able to get out, cross the 30, and he's got the first down for the Bobcats.
Man, oh man.
Well, I like this Gaston kid.
Do too.
He coming in serving. He's solid.
You know what he's doing too to his teammate who's out. He did a little gator chomp for him right there.
Yeah, see if P-Ryan can get him a package deal.
Just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Those are big yards there.
Boy. Talk about the line, and they did their job, but man, did he do his job too.
You saw Quates trying to strip it out at the end. So to stop the clock, get the chains moved. Now they got it going back again.
And again, don't have to be in a big rush. You got 15 seconds on the play clock. No need to snap it, really.
You want to use all the time you can.
Yeah, you want to snap it inside of 5.
Snaps that one at 8.
Y'all asking a lot of this sophomore quarterback now.
No, well, I'm not asking. I'm just suggesting.
Timeout called for by Fairhope. Hey, how about this score? Viger with a win tonight over Mary G, but 21-15 the final score. Mary G, UMS beats St. Paul's 27-12. The Bulldogs are celebrating.
Barking.
It's been a while.
Bulldogs are barking.
Yeah.
You know, it's not only been a while since they beat St. Paul's. It's been a while since they were in the game with St. Paul's, to be quite honest with you.
You're
so
right.
we had a feeling.
Or to go back to Ashley, yeah, I've spent plenty of time in the principal's office. Yeah, I know plenty of those guys. I have been in plenty of trouble plenty of times.
McGill beats Foley 35-7, 9-1 for McGill. The only team to go unbeaten in the region. Yellow Jackets only lost to Blunt in the non-region week that we did right here on UTV 44. So here we go after the timeout.
Yeah, with the UMS win, I think that says, hey, they are really for real again.
Yeah.
The dynasty continues under the great emperor, Coach Terry Curtis.
You got it. Just some good players.
2nd and 9. Gatson going to go to the right side this time. And he'll ride it out to the 35. Vic Walker thought he saw a hold on the play.
Yeah, they got that in over there pretty good. He couldn't able to set the edge because of the hold.
Was there a flag? I didn't see a flag come though, Vic.
No, it wasn't a flag, but certainly I threw mine. It doesn't mean much, but I threw mine.
Clock still rolling, 2:30 to go. Play clock's at 25, now 24.
Fairhope's out of timeouts.
Third.
Oh, they got one left, huh?
3rd and 6.
Again, this is kind of elementary, but you just don't have to snap it.
Yeah, and then you don't have to. Well, Fairhope will take their last timeout here if they get the stop.
Good job by the young quarterback. Good job.
Fairhope's coaches wanted some kind of shift. And they come out of the backfield wide open, and a first down up to the 45-yard line.
And he stays inbounds when he could have run, this way. Really, I mean,
Eric Sanders, first time he touches the ball tonight, he's going to get the win.
Trust in the quarterback, right? Throwing the ball here.
Yeah, a little bootleg action. Dunbar is down in the play, but the Fairhope coaches were all jumping up and down on the far side trying to get the attention.
To get the timeout?
I don't think they wanted the timeout. I think they're trying to communicate something on the field.
To the defense?
Yeah, as they...
But this is textbook how you handle it, Dan. I mean, you run the football and you throw when you have to on the 3rd down. So I'm going to credit Coach Collier and what he did and how he's got it going. And then, yes, the young quarterback snapped it late, let the play clock play down. I mean, it's
made the play, though.
It's Belichick 101. I hate to give him credit, but, this is certainly the way you try to win football games and salt it away when you got a lead.
Well, just because Belichick is 101-3 against the Steelers, you don't have to bring your bitterness on the air.
I can't help it. It just oozes out of me when I'm around that. Think about that guy.
Dunbar able to get over to the sidelines.
Good to see that. But, I know it wasn't the most difficult play, but it was a 3rd down in a huge game to get in the playoffs.
With a sophomore quarterback.
And he made the play.
And you run a bootleg, the misdirection, and all of that. I mean, it's just 101 football. I see so many of these games, these coaches give it away, just not doing these basic things.
1:50 on the clock, still 15 seconds on the play clock. Now they snap it at 11. Give it on. Gatson. And Gatson going to be up close near another first down.
Well, now he's doing his own P-Run is what he's doing.
Yeah, he'd like Coach Burns to still be here to see his performance.
That was another side story that the Alabama running backs coach in town to kind of evaluate P-Ryan, get his own eyes on him live, and probably liked what he saw early. P-Ron had 69 yards on just a few carries, a couple of touchdowns when he broke his nose.
So another first down. And now it's still 20 seconds on the play clock. They can run this one all the way down close to a minute and then just have to snap it maybe one more time.
Man, I don't know if you need to you could be in victory now, can't you, Dan? I can't do the math.
First down, they give it off.
Talk to me, Dan.
Gatson gets a couple.
Could have been in the victory formation now, right?
Well, they got their last. Now Fairhope calls their last timeout. So you got 1:08 to go. Second down coming up.
Not quite yet. I'm no mathematician.
But boy, I think Theodore has left about 15 to 20 seconds on this clock that they could have wound the play clock down more and snapped it.
Yeah, I think you could say that for sure, but the young kid's got so much on his plate.
Yeah, sophomore quarterback, and asking a lot of him to manage this part of the thing. And and then you guys, I'm sure you don't think about it, but in the pros, remember those guys got microphones to communicate the quarterbacks on the field. So they say the play, and I'm sure they're saying, let the clock milk down.
Yeah, you're right.
Remind them.
You're right.
So
108.
A lot of things to help them out.
Hey, this is always a, the playoffs are a bittersweet thing for us here at UTV 44 because we're bringing these games live all year long on Friday nights. Tell the story, as Dan Brennan likes to say, and we've told a lot of them this year. And the playoffs start next week, and we can't do the dang games live.
Yeah.
We got to do them on tape delay. And
right. We can't complete the story.
We hate it. I mean, we hate it. So we'll do a game for it, but it'll show on Saturday at 7.
And
nothing else on Saturday night at 7.
It may trump the game of the century.
Yeah.
Set your DVR.
Pitch comes to Gatson, who gets stood up there in the ball trying to get worked out, and going to bring up third down. So now they can just kneel down. Take just one snap, and they're going to go to the playoffs. Are the Theodore Bobcats? If they can snap this one, they do. And they won't need to do it again. And Theodore holds on to win.
Yeah, the faithful Theodore Bobcat fans, been a long time since they've been in the playoffs, huh, Dan?
2010, and they were beaten by this team, Fairhope, substantially. So really, really a big win for them. This is neat to be here for this, Jim.
Yeah, they go to the playoffs. They win it. They don't back into the playoffs. They come back after losing 2 in a row.
They lose one of the best players in the state.
Yep.
You know, in the first half of the game, and hang on to win it.
Not just their best player, one of their leaders, the guy who really, Coach Collier talked about just such a fine young man he is, and that can take the wind out of your sails if you're a team, not just from losing him on the field, but what he brings, the intangibles.
Yeah, when you turn around and your top guy is got his shoulder pads off, that can definitely put you on the south side of emotions a little bit, but they gutted it out with that offensive line, a very opportunistic defense, and a young quarterback that did his job, and the running back that replaced P. Ryan.
Yeah, Gatson comes in, does a good job.
They got stronger as the game went on.
Take advantage of 4 Fairhope turnovers.
And to get the cat prancing, I tell you, I give a lot of credit to Coach Collier. He did a great job getting these guys ready and managed the game well throughout.
Well, Coach Collier is always a little reserved. Let's see if he's a little more excited when he talks to Ashley now about going to the playoffs.
Congratulations, Coach Collier. It was definitely a game to just clinch that 4th seed in the 7A. You have done it. What does it feel now that you can kind of breathe?
Well, it feels great. You know, more than anything, I'm so proud of our kids and our community, and we give God the glory. I tell you, it's a great ball game, but it seems like we like to make them close. I wish we'd quit doing that. It's a good ball game.
You've had a few of your key players tonight go down. You know, how in a week can what's the plan?
Well, next man up. 9 come in, ran the ball well for us. So, and I think LaMichael will be fine. I think we'll be okay. But this time of the year, everybody's beat up. So it's time to play.
Is Theodore ready to travel to Phoenix City next week?
Yeah, we're more than ready. So we're looking forward to it. But I tell you, Fairhope's got a great ball club, they're a great program, and we're just proud to come out here with a victory.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach Eric
stuff.
Collier,
Good stuff.
excited. You can tell he's there and almost a little physically, drained at the end of the night. Like, all right, we're up 28-7 in this game.
Yeah, I think Ashley had a good question. What's it like now you can breathe? Because that whole half they were just hanging on to the very end. And you look up and the horn sounds and it's still 28-21 Bobcats.
Look at that sophomore quarterback right there taking his team to the playoffs so that we can win here tonight.
How about the expectations for him go up from here? And Coach Collier giving God the glory. Certainly love to hear that out of a man leading young men.
So there we take a look at what happens. McGill going to host Enterprise, Murphy, and Montgomery. Robert Ely out of Montgomery. That's the game we're going to do and bring you on a tape delay. And then you will have Theodore on the road as they get the win here tonight, 6A. Spanish Fort going to be home. Saraland goes on the road to take on Benjamin Russell. Blunt at home taking on Chelsea with their win. And Daphne clinched last night with the win over Opelika. The Class 5A was set. St. Paul's going to be licking their chops after the loss to UMS to get into the playoffs. Viger hangs on to win tonight, and they're going on the road. I don't think anybody wants to see Viger in first-round matchup.
Nope.
And Hanley gets UMS, who is unbeaten on the year. Dadeville at Thomasville. You can see schedule rounding out there. So playoffs start next week. And again, we wish we could bring them to you live, but the state does not allow us to do that. So we'll have to bring them to you on a tape delayed basis. So player of the game certainly had some to choose from Fairhope. Derek McCarty had the 2 touchdowns on the night, 4 catches, 194 yards through the air, and just so much fun to watch. 2 more TDs on the year. And we also had defensive back, that should be Jordan Hunt, number 6, who had 2 interceptions on the night. And then Tevin Brown, the quarterback from Fairhope, who played well here tonight. but came up just short as 28-21 the final score. And you can go to local15tv.com to vote on the player of the game. So there's a play-in game here tonight. Theodore gets to play on. Fairhope ends up the year 6-4. Theodore 7-3. They go on to the playoffs, and we'll be with you next week as well. Final score here tonight. Again, Theodore holds on to win 28-21. For Ashley Pope on the sidelines, Jared Kihas in the truck, Brian Aaron, our statistician, Vic Lockett, Dan Brennan. I'm Jim Cox saying good night from Theodore, where the Cats are going to the dance.